Believe it or not, Atlanta's richest women are out here proving that big luxury isn't just for the guys. These homes are grand, bold, and built with the kind of vision that turns regular mansions into full-blown landmarks. Watch till the end because the last one belongs to someone you won't see coming. 6K, Michelle's mansion. Sitting quietly in one of Atlanta's fast-rising luxury pockets is the newest chapter in K. Michelle's story. A chapter written not with noise or spectacle, but with intention. Her recently purchased mansion, a roughly 6,000 square foot contemporary retreat priced somewhere around $1.3 to $1.5 million, feels like the moment where everything clicks into place. After years of career pivots, television projects, and the kind of public life that stretches a person in every direction, this home reads like a declaration. Not just a place to live, but a place to regroup, reset, and rebuild the next version of herself. It is the upgrade she spoke about in interviews, the one meant to set the stage for whatever comes next, including the constant conversation about her sliding into the Real Housewives of Atlanta universe. Whether or not that becomes reality, the house certainly looks ready for it. The property itself leans heavily into modern lines and soft edges, the type of design that favors openness over formality. With 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, it is large enough to support her personal life, her professional life, and even a small production setup whenever cameras are part of the equation. The primary suite stretches out in a way that immediately signals comfort and control, a place meant for deep rest rather than hurried mornings. It carries that quiet luxury feel that comes from wide layouts, warm lighting, and finishes chosen with personality rather than pressure. Elsewhere, the home reveals how carefully it was put together. The basement is fully finished, polished enough to work as an entertainment zone or a filming hub depending on the day. Multiple bedroom suites come with whirlpool baths, each one echoing the softness and indulgence that run through the rest of the property. The kitchen pulls the eye instantly. Modern cabinetry anchors the space, and the sightline opens directly into the living and dining areas, creating one continuous stretch that feels almost choreographed. It is the kind of layout that suits her lifestyle perfectly, offering both flow and flexibility without losing the warmth of an actual home. What stands out most when you watch her casual tours and social clips is how effortlessly she has shaped the interiors. Nothing feels accidental. The furniture is curated rather than crowded. The color palette leans clean without feeling cold, and every surface reflects her preference for modern luxury with an easygoing attitude. You see the kind of choices someone makes when they finally create a space for themselves rather than for the moment. But beyond the beauty, the real power of this mansion lies in what it represents. For years, K. Michelle's housing story was defined by transitions, rentals, cross-state moves, and even legal headaches tied to properties outside Georgia. This purchase cuts cleanly away from all that. It signals stability, ownership, and a long-term base at a moment when her next television chapter is already being whispered about across entertainment circles. Commentary around the purchase frames the home as her main Atlanta residence, the place from which new opportunities will grow. Whether it becomes a filming base for a full-time show or simply the headquarters for her evolving brand, its role is unmistakable. In a city where luxury homes often shout for attention, this one does something different. It holds its power quietly, mirroring a woman who has learned how to move with intention rather than noise. It is modern without being sterile, indulgent without being loud, and personal without being fragile. A reset disguised as a residence. And next, we move from a fresh start to a property with an energy so bold it barely knows how to whisper. 5. Singer Monica's Atlanta home. Tucked inside one of Atlanta's most quietly powerful residential pockets sits the home of Monica, a place that reflects the exact balance she has always carried between fame and groundedness. Unlike some celebrity properties that announce themselves with towering facades and flashy architectural choices, her residence blends into its upscale environment with a kind of self-assured calm. The neighborhood itself is known for large lots, winding streets, and a level of privacy that feels almost instinctive, the sort of place where you do not stumble upon a house by accident. You arrive there because you belong there. That alone tells you a lot about the world Monica lives in today. Public databases and entertainment write-ups consistently place her in a high-value enclave, but what makes the house especially interesting is how little of it has been formally dissected by the press. There is no headline shouting bedroom counts, no viral tour revealing the layout, and no real estate breakdown offering square footage. The absence of detail is not a lack of luxury, it is the result of intention. In an era when many celebrity homes end up plastered across the internet within minutes, Monica's home remains more shielded. That privacy becomes part of the architecture itself, shaping how people perceive the space even without stepping inside. From what can be seen, the home carries the signature elements of an entertainer's residence. Clean exterior lines meet well-kept grounds, creating a kind of gentle symmetry that feels polished, yet warm. The neat entry sets the tone immediately. It signals security and distance, not in an unfriendly way, but in a way that reinforces boundaries. Once you are beyond that point, the property opens into the kind of setting where refined landscaping and a quiet neighborhood atmosphere do as much storytelling as any photo could. Tall trees, generous setbacks from the street, and the unmistakable calm that wraps around high-end Atlanta neighborhoods all work together to create a setting that feels both elevated and intentional. While the exact interior layout of Monica's Atlanta home isn't fully public, the recurring glimpses from mapping platforms, media coverage, and the occasional exterior shot give a strong sense of how this place lives. It leans into a kind of quiet, considered luxury rather than flashy spectacle. You can imagine open communal areas that flow naturally into each other, softened by carefully curated furnishings that feel timeless rather than trendy, and polished surfaces that catch the light without ever feeling cold or sterile. The finishes are chosen for long-term comfort and usability, the kind of selections that make everyday life feel effortless and calm. Celebrity homes often split into two camps, those designed to dazzle the public and those designed to nurture the residents. Monica clearly lands in the second. There is a quiet maturity in that choice, an understanding that a home is not a set piece or social media backdrop. It is a retreat, a sanctuary where the outside world fades and life slows down. Her home's privacy has also shaped its public narrative. In contrast to stars who routinely open their doors to cameras, Monica has kept her personal living space almost entirely off the mainstream real estate radar. That move aligns perfectly with what people admire about her. She has always been one of those celebrities who knows how to stay visible without letting the world into every corner of her life. The house becomes an extension of that philosophy. It is luxurious, but it is not loud. It is secured, but it is not cold. It is entirely hers, and that ownership of space says more than any published measurements could. Even without the full blueprint, the vibe is unmistakable. This is a home built for someone who values stability over spectacle, comfort over noise, and longevity over the constant churn of public attention. It blends elegance with privacy in a way that feels completely aligned with her personality, the kind of environment where fame is acknowledged but not allowed to overpower the rhythm of daily life. And just when you think you've seen how big a home can feel, the next mansion takes scale and luxury and cranks both up to a whole new level. 4. Kandi Burrus's mansion. Kandi Burrus has never been the kind of star who hides behind the spotlight. Her life, her work, and her businesses all move with the same energetic confidence that has defined her career for decades. So it makes perfect sense that her longtime Atlanta residence mirrors that energy with a scale, design, and presence that feel unmistakably hers. Sitting on roughly 1.5 acres in an area that gives her quick access to the city while keeping cameras and crowds at a respectable distance, the estate has become one of the most recognizable homes on reality television. It is large, lived in, and built for movement. The kind of place where family life, production work, and entertainment all intersect without friction. The home was purchased for around $1.7 to $1.8 million, a number that feels almost understated when you look at the size. Estimates place the property somewhere in the 7,000 to 8,000 plus square foot range, with about 7 bedrooms and close to 9 or 10 bathrooms. Those figures alone give you an idea of how expansive the structure really is. The house looks like it was designed for someone who manages multiple worlds at the same time, someone juggling business, filming schedules, rehearsals, and family routines without missing a beat. That balance is something Kandi has always been known for. Once you step inside Kandi's Atlanta estate, the impact is immediate. The grand foyer soars with double-height ceilings, allowing natural light to pour in from above. Marble floors extend toward a sweeping curved staircase that frames the space with elegance and authority. From there, the layout channels guests into the great room, a space built to accommodate large gatherings, events, and the social dynamics of her life on and off camera. Every architectural choice is deliberate. The height, the scale, and the flow all create a sense of movement while maintaining a polished, refined aesthetic. The great room functions as the hub for hosting cast members, filming moments, and family events, blending formality with usability in a way few luxury homes achieve. At the heart of the house is the music room, arguably the most striking interior feature. The walls and ceiling are fully wrapped in red crocodile print, matched by a piano finished in the same daring material. The space is unapologetically bold, creative, and highly personalized. It embodies Kandi's personality, confident, playful, and unmistakably unique. This room transforms the home from a standard luxury estate into a statement, showing that her space is built as much for expression as for comfort and functionality. Walk a few steps farther and you find the renovated primary suite, complete with a sitting area, fireplace, and the kind of closet space you would expect from someone who has been in the entertainment industry since her teenage years. The suite's bathroom carries a statement accent wall and luxury finishes that make the whole space feel both polished and deeply personal. Then there are the entertainment areas, which stretch across the property with the ease of someone who hosts often. The house includes a full state-of-the-art theater with its own bar and snack station, turning movie nights and production screenings into major events. Some descriptions reference indoor heated amenities like a spa or pool, elements that help transform the property into a self-contained retreat. This is where birthdays, family gatherings, production meetings, and brand shoots all blend into one continuous ecosystem. What sets Candy's home apart is not just its size or its features, but its constant purpose. This is a house that works. It is a filming location, a business base, a family hub, and a creative space all at the same time. It shifts according to what she needs, whether that is privacy, celebration, or work. Few celebrity homes feel this alive, this functional, or this ready for anything. From Candy's home, we now shine the spotlight on a mansion where size and style go all the way off the charts. 3. Fedra Parks Mansion. Fedra Parks has always carried herself with a blend of grace, sharp intelligence, and a quiet command that never needs to announce itself. Her Buckhead mansion reflects that same blend, rising from the Atlanta and Sandy Springs border, with a presence that feels elegant rather than loud. The property, purchased for about $1.9 to $2 million at the height of or shortly after her Real Housewives of Atlanta run, stands as one of the most refined celebrity homes in the area. Set on generous grounds within one of the city's most coveted pockets, the residence maintains a privacy that makes it easy to forget that the bustle of Buckhead's commercial corridors is only minutes away. With its walled gates, impressive driveway, and landscaped approach, the estate creates an immediate sense of calm before you even reach the door. The house spans roughly 9,000 to 10,000 square feet and includes about 6 bedrooms and close to 9 or 10 bathrooms. Those numbers alone paint a picture of a home built for someone who balances motherhood, public appearances, and professional commitments with precision. Fedra is a lawyer, a mortician, a television personality, and a mother of 2 boys, and the mansion looks perfectly suited to that multifaceted life. It feels like a place built to accommodate everything from quiet evenings to full days packed with filming, meetings, celebrations, and visits from friends. Inside, the architectural style leans toward French country and traditional influences, combining soft curves, warm textures, and grand proportions. The entryway feels almost ceremonial. A high ceiling sweeps upward as soon as you step inside, and the light expands across the marble floors in a way that sets the tone for the rest of the house. The home unfolds into multiple formal entertaining rooms, each one clearly designed with intention. These are the kinds of spaces where Fedra hosted castmates, filmed confessionals, or welcomed guests during her busiest years on reality television. Beyond the public rooms, the mansion offers more personal spaces that give insight into the life behind the camera. Reports highlight at least 1 or 2 primary suites, spa-like bathrooms with soaking tubs and expansive vanities, and a walk-in closet that mirrors her signature love for polished presentation. The glam bathrooms feel like miniature retreats, with their soft lighting, generous mirrors, and finishes that make unwinding a natural part of the day. A library or office sits tucked into one of the quieter corners of the home, a nod to her professional side and her need for moments of focus away from the activity of the larger rooms. Several fireplaces are placed throughout the house, adding warmth and softness to rooms that would otherwise feel too formal. The yard is spacious and thoughtfully arranged, with a pool that stretches across the lawn like a private oasis. A complete outdoor kitchen sits nearby, offering everything needed for gatherings, filming days, or family celebrations. Covered seating areas curve around the patio, creating spaces for conversation and relaxation even when the weather shifts. This backyard has seen birthday parties, camera crews, and quiet afternoons with her sons, all blending into the memory of the home. Fedra's real estate footprint extends beyond this mansion. Reports have connected her to multiple Atlanta area properties, including a smaller Chastain residence she eventually listed and sold. But the Buckhead estate remains the one most associated with her, a place that matches the depth of her personality and the scale of her life. It is refined, grounded, and full of character, much like the woman herself. And next, we move to another mansion where the luxury takes on a shape that feels almost cinematic. 2. Shemaya Morton's Sterling Hall. Shemaya Morton's residence is the kind of home that does not just sit quietly in a neighborhood. It defines the neighborhood. Tucked inside Kingswood, one of the most exclusive residential pockets in the entire Atlanta area, her estate known as Sterling Hall is the sort of property that makes people slow down when they drive past, even if all they can see are the towering trees and the hint of a grand structure behind the gate. Kingswood is already a place associated with generational wealth and secluded luxury, so when a house manages to stand out in a community like that, you know it is on another level entirely. Sterling Hall does exactly that. From the outside, the first thing that hits you is the scale, and it hits hard. The mansion stands at more than 21,000 square feet, a number so ridiculous that calling it a house almost feels like an understatement. You are basically looking at a private estate that could pass for a boutique hotel. It has 8 full bedrooms, 8 full bathrooms, several additional half baths, and a 4-car garage that looks less like a garage and more like a polished luxury showroom. Every corner is oversized, intentional, and clearly designed with the idea that nothing here should ever feel average. The place is valued at around $9 million, and once you start paying attention to the craftsmanship and the level of finishing, that figure stops sounding crazy and starts sounding fair. This is not a home built just to be big. It is a home built to overwhelm you in the best possible way. Now, when you get inside, the 3-level foyer is the first scene of the experience. It rises upward with a floating staircase that twists like it was designed for movie entrances. The marble flooring was not just bought and installed. Every slab was custom cut and finished on site, giving the space a level of craftsmanship that is rare even in mansions. Above it all hang chandeliers made with baccarat and Swarovski crystals, throwing light across the room in a way that makes the whole entrance glow. Many of the interior influences came from designers who also worked on the St. Regis hotel brand, and you feel that same luxury hotel energy as you move through the rooms. The architecture continues to flex its muscles throughout the house. There are dual elevators, so no one ever has to trek across 3 levels if they do not want to. Custom crown molding runs through the rooms like carved lacework. There are multiple fireplaces, including antique pieces imported from France and Spain that look like they could belong in a European manner. The main kitchen is the kind of kitchen where you could film a cooking show. It has dual islands, professional-grade appliances, and a bar finished with specialty stone, giving the entire space a polished shine. But the amenities are what push Sterling Hall into its own category. The private theater is modeled after the iconic Fox Theater, complete with ornate details and the kind of seating that makes movie nights feel like full events. There is a dedicated wine cellar for entertaining, an elaborate train room that feels like a miniature world, and a women's hideaway lounge with soaring vaulted ceilings that looks like it was designed for quiet conversations and exclusive gatherings. Step outside and the luxury expands even more. The backyard features an outdoor swimming pool, wide terraces, and balconies that overlook the grounds, all arranged to give the family a private escape without ever leaving home. Shamea, her husband Gerald Mwangi, and their daughters live in Sterling Hall full-time, and viewers of RHOA have seen this home pop up again and again as one of the standout cast mansions. It is glamorous, enormous, and unforgettable. And while this screams classy, the next house on this list manages to outdo even this level of grandeur with a surprise that has nothing to do with size but everything to do with who built it and why. Cardi B's Sandy Springs. Cardi B and Offset's Sandy Springs estate is the kind of mansion that instantly shifts the energy of an entire neighborhood. It sits just north of Buckhead on about 6 acres of land, spread across rolling lawns and thick trees that give the property the kind of privacy you only get when money is not just available but abundant. The home itself follows a European-inspired style, the kind that looks like it could stand on a hill somewhere in France or Italy, yet here it is in suburban Atlanta, rising above the landscape with stone walls, dramatic roof lines, and an entrance that announces itself before you even reach the gate. If you follow the long driveway past the gated entrance, the sheer size might shock you a bit. This mansion reaches more than 22,000 square feet, a scale that feels unreal until you see the layout unfold. It has between 5 and 6 bedrooms, depending on how you classify some of the oversized suites, along with 7 full bathrooms and 4 half baths arranged across multiple wings of the house. Everything inside is designed to breathe, to stretch, and to impress. Even among celebrity mansions, this property carries a presence that does not blend in or hide. It makes a statement from the moment someone steps through the door. The home was purchased for around $5.5 to $5.8 million, and it was originally built in 2006, a period when luxury builders in Atlanta were focused on extravagance and scale. The results are unmistakable. There is a soaring foyer that rises upward with a grand double staircase that curves symmetrically from both sides. It looks like the exact spot where a scene from a music video or a film premiere could unfold. Beyond that foyer are multiple living rooms, each with its own style and purpose. There is a formal dining room for big gatherings, a library or office framed with heavy wood details, and a custom wine cellar tucked neatly into the lower level. The mansion also includes spaces that show exactly why celebrity families love Atlanta real estate. There is a home theater built for private screenings, a spa-like indoor or covered pool area, and even an indoor shooting range mentioned in at least one behind-the-scenes tour. The house was clearly designed for people who want to live loudly, entertain frequently, and enjoy every possible comfort without leaving home. Let's expand beyond the inner designs to the beautiful outer facilities. The motor court includes a fountain at the center, giving the entrance a full estate feel. There are terraces and balconies that look out across the grounds, and the gardens are arranged in clean, formal designs. The backyard holds one of the most striking features of all, a free-form infinity-style pool built with water features that create movement and fire features that light up the night in a dramatic glow. Covered patios wrap around the exterior so that the family can host gatherings or film content with views that look polished from every angle. For years, the mansion has served as a family base and an instantly recognizable backdrop for social media posts and behind-the-scenes moments. But in recent coverage, Cardi B has mentioned wanting to return to New York, which has left many fans curious about what will happen to this Atlanta palace and whether it will remain part of the family's story. And that's the end for today's video. If you enjoyed this tour into the lives of Atlanta's wealthy women, don't forget to like and drop a comment telling us which mansion blew your mind the most. Till next time, bye for now.